All right, take two.
Two.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the HellFire Club. My name's Arturo,
I'm Majid.
and we were just recording this episode, and
Yeah, I realized that the mics were not on at all.
and we were recording, so now it's take two. This one we're doing Return of the Living Dead.
From 1985.
Yeah, Majid's pick,
Yeah.
and Majid's been talking about this movie, and his
Yeah, I've been telling you to watch it for a while.
bro since since like last Halloween or something.
No, I think like 2 Halloweens.
Yeah, it's been a while, and you have the T-shirts and everything, so.
I think like since the first time we talked about making a short.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So obviously this has been on your radar, and I know you really like this one.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite like zombie. I don't even know if you can.
What?
I guess they're zombies, right?
Yeah.
But they're not classic zombies.
They're zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like they don't follow, I guess, the classic zombie rules.
Yeah, there's a little difference. Yeah, and we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah. So I saw this. I tried watching this a while ago, but I think I was like on a shitty like stream or something. Because I only caught like the first 15 minutes. And after that I just never even watched it.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I always heard about it and all that stuff. Heard good things. So
you just saw like when they.
yeah, I saw the beginning up until when I let out all that gas chemical stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And then kind of like the opening credits and a little bit after that, and then that was it. So I hadn't really seen anything.
Yeah, in this one, like
So I finally got a chance to watch all the way through last night.
there's like a legit chunk of like the beginning before like the even credits start.
Yeah, there is. There's like probably like I would say maybe like almost 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty long. So it starts off with the
Like the plot of it is
oh yeah, just give them the plot, the
Yeah.
synopsis or whatever.
yeah, so it's
I got the one right here from the internet, but I don't know, it's kind of long.
well, I mean, would you say Freddy and them are the main characters, or like in this, who's like the main character?
It's kind of a good question. Because, okay, you think it's going to be Freddy.
Freddy and
His name's Frank.
Frank.
Frank and Freddy, which is Frank is the employer showing
Yeah, he's not like technically the boss. He's like
probably like a manager or something kind of position.
yeah.
Because so he's like running things there, and he's teaching Freddy like
the new hire.
yeah, he's kind of like an orientation type
Yeah,
thing.
just how
How it works over
Yeah.
there. And during that, he reveals that what would they say they work at? They work at like a skeleton.
it's like
fucking-
for science.
yeah, right.
Like they ship
They ship like bones and skeletons. And shit.
yeah, and like half cut dogs.
And they send it to like universities and stuff,
Yeah.
right? For like experimentation or science, just like biology classes or something.
Yeah, but in this movie, there's like it's kind of like 2 groups, right? There's Freddy and
Freddy
Frank.
and Frank, and then there's just all the
And-
homies.
but also like I would say like Freddy, Frank, Ernie, the
is that the dude who?
what are they called? The embalmer
Yeah, that's the dude who's.
that works at the morgue.
Yeah.
And what's Bert? Bert is the boss.
Bert is the boss that
Yeah.
Frank has to end up calling, right?
Yeah.
When shit hits the fan.
Yeah, so there's that group, and then there's like the kid, like the teenager.
Which are Freddy's friends.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then it's all them. And then they cross paths.
Yeah,
Later.
but only like some of them cross paths.
Yeah.
So like who would you say the story?
I guess I would
just say like
I would say Freddy. Like if I had to choose.
yeah. I mean, this movie is more about like actual, like the event, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not about. I mean, there's
Because then
characters,
for-
but it's all about like the event that just happened.
Because then for a second it becomes about Frank's boss or whatever. And then it becomes about the dude during the cremation. What's his name?
Ernie.
Ernie. And then it kind of becomes about Ernie. So I don't know. It's kind of switches off, and then it's kind of like there's the chick who's
Freddy's girlfriend.
Yeah. Then it's kind of you're thinking like she's gonna be the chick to save the day and all that, right?
What's her name? Tina?
I think so. Could be her. There's a lot of characters too, so for my first watch, I don't really remember a lot of the names. I just I'm cheating right now, and I have the IMDb or whatever pulled up. But yeah, so back to kind of like the story, the synopsis or whatever.
Yeah, so it's
showing him around of the science kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically the story is people accidentally opening what they shouldn't.
Yeah. So back to these two characters, the boss and the new hiree. They're in the basement. He's talking about this cool story about these zombies and shit, right?
Yeah, because he was talking about
Night of the Living Dead, right?
Well, I think he was just talking about Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, and he said that they accidentally got the shipment from the military, and it's these zombies and these little things, right? And,
yeah.
And they have them all like contained. And then he's like, "No way!" He's like, "Yeah, we got them here." And then
in the basement.
He goes to the basement to show the new employee. And while he's down there, what's the line that he says?
They're like, "What happens if they leak?" And he's like, "Dude, these aren't gonna leak. These are built by the U.S. military or something." And like he slaps it.
Yeah, he slaps it. It looks like a, I don't know, like a barrel. Like
it's like a canister. Like a canister.
Keg. It looks like with a zombie inside, and he smacks it because he's so sure it's sealed nice and tight and very sturdy. And then he busts it open pretty much.
Yeah, and the gas all shoots in their face.
Out. And then so both of them fall.
They get like knocked out.
Yeah, they like collapse, and then opening credits, all that, and then you come back to that scene. It's revealed that one of the zombies got out. The one that was.
Yeah, I like how when Freddy was like, "Dude, the thing is not here," and it's it must have disintegrated when it hit the air.
Yeah, you wish. So then that's kind of like the start of it all, right? And then you get introduced to all the friends, all the punk homies, and then pretty much just, I guess, to sum up the movie.
And then it turns straight zombies.
It's like a bad of like it's like a domino effect of just these bad events for like bad luck, I guess.
Yeah.
Up until like we get to a point where it's full out zombies, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about how it gets to that point.
And what I was thinking was, you know how everybody talks about like zombies, and they say, "Oh, are they fast zombies like 28 days later?"
Yeah.
Do you think Return of the Living Dead was probably the first one that did fast zombies, right?
It kind of had some of both. You know what I mean? Some are slower, some are fast, but they were never fast like 28 days later fast.
But like when they like ambush.
Yeah, they were they were like pretty much running.
Yeah.
Like rushing you and stuff.
Like, yeah, they weren't walking.
Well, some of them, like the dude Brains, that dude was slow, you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't like fast, like chasing them around or anything. That's what I'm saying. Some of them were, and then these were actually smart, dude. Like, and then also too, I guess I don't know if I know another movie, but these ones talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the most like depressing thing about these things is like, how do you kill them? Like, it's so hard to kill them.
Yeah,
because
that's why they're not like the classic zombies, right? Because I think what was the name? Was it Bert? Not Bert. Was it? Yeah, Bert. It was like what, like that when he was trying to remember the Night of the Living Dead, the movie. It's like, dude, you like, don't you like shoot him in the head?
Yeah.
And I guess they pickaxed the yellow zombie.
Yeah. Where'd that dude come from? He was just.
He was the one in the freezer with. That was hanging like by his head, kind of.
Yeah, kind of like on a rack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they straight pickaxe his head.
They held him down, and then they got a straight free shot. Yeah, pickaxe straight to the head and went all the way through the brain.
Yeah, and like he was still alive.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, maybe we cut the head off.
And they tried that.
Yeah.
Still alive.
And I love how like when Freddy was kind of like was pretty much the most, I guess, reasonable one in the whole group, even though he was like the new hire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was like, dude, but what do you like when they cut off his head and he was still moving like straight all around. And it's like, oh, what are we gonna do about it? And then Bert was like, he has a good, or not Bert, Frank. Like his whole thing was, what did he said? He has this line. He was like, he has a good point there.
Yeah. I remember.
Bert.
Yeah. Who was the one who? Okay. So then, pretty much, at this point, they're like, okay, we just got to cut off all the limbs, chop them up into like small pieces.
No pieces, yeah.
And then he thought of.
I think Bert
or Frank, one of them. Well, who's the boss? Bert?
Bert, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, oh, okay, well,
yeah.
right next door, because right next door to this little where they work
facility,
is a cemetery or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then right there is where the other guy works, where he's
Ernie works. He's the embalmer, I think that's what they call him. But he pretty much runs the like funeral home.
Yeah. And then he also cremates them.
Yeah.
So that's when they're like, oh, let's just take all these pieces and just cremate it.
Yeah, straight burn them.
Yeah. He's like, I just got to ask him for a favor. Like, they're like, will he do it? Can we trust him? He's like, well, we have no choice.
Yeah. And he was like, dude, I've known him for like 20 plus years.
Yeah, 25 years. I think he felt pretty confident, I guess. So then they take the body over there. Meanwhile, all the like
punks were like
all Freddy's punk friends, like punk rock friends or whatever, they're waiting for him to get off work or what?
Yeah.
To go party?
Yeah, to go party.
Right? So
because Freddy knows where all the parties are at.
That's right. So they go to visit him at work, whatever. Well, not visit him, they're just kind of waiting for him to get off, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to kill time, so they just go to the cemetery that's right next door.
Yeah, because I think
they're already like drinking and shit. And they were like,
well, I think Spider was drinking and
that's Joanna Man.
Yeah.
All right.
He's drinking in the back seat.
Yeah. I remember he had the bottle.
And I think Trash maybe wanted to.
Who's the one who said let's go in there? Was it Trash?
I don't know if Trash was like, yeah, let's do it, or actually brought up the idea.
Yeah. Anyhow, since they're there, they're just gonna go into the cemetery that's literally right next door.
Yeah, and just like party.
Just go in there and kill time. Yeah, party and shit.
Yeah, because what were they? Suicide. The driver. Like I think he seemed like the older.
Yeah.
Older friend, I guess. He was like, dude, I'm not waiting here for 2 hours. Because I think that's when like Freddy gets off, and then one of them said, oh well, let's just drive around then.
Was the girlfriend in the car, or no?
Yeah.
She's part of the.
Yeah, she was like with all the.
Damn, how many people were in that fucking car?
There was Trash, Spider,
it was like
Suicide.
It was like 6 people, dude.
Scuds.
7.
And who's
I don't know none of the
Casey.
names.
And I think and Chuck, right? So like 6 people.
Yeah. They were packed in that car.
But it was like an older car, so I think you can.
I felt like 7 people, I think, dude.
Like it's like those bench seats. I think you can fit.
Either way, they're pretty packed.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how you roll when you're like a teenager.
Yeah, and I like in this movie, they kind of acted like how people act.
Yeah, I guess.
Like the friends were
knuckleheads.
Yeah. And that one dude, I think his name was Casey, where he wasn't really punk.
Oh, the dude in the
like the blazer.
Yeah.
And like he wasn't like really.
Yeah.
He wasn't really punk. He wanted to be so cool with them though.
Yeah.
Like it's always that one like friend that
I guess
that's kind of like out of the like
Didn't he want one of the chicks too, and she was kind of.
Yeah.
Shooting him down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a cool little crew of friends. But you can kind of tell too who's gonna get like off. Like, what's his name? Suicide. That's the dude who said, "You think I dress like this? Like, you think this is a costume or something?"
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is gonna get murked.
But I didn't think it was gonna get murked that soon though.
Hey, he was funny when he got murked though.
Yeah. I mean,
that was crazy.
Because like he was like the biggest guy, right?
Yeah.
And he was supposed like
he was kind of douchey though.
Yeah,
That's
but you would think like he would
put up a fight.
Like yeah.
Nah, he stood no chance. He got kind of caught off guard though.
Yeah, I mean, but he was like, he seemed douchey, but yet he was still, I guess like a good friend, right?
Yeah.
Because when they heard what's the girlfriend's name? Tina? I think it's Tina.
Yeah, I think it is Tina.
When they heard her like screaming in the basement because of Tar Zombie was trying to eat her.
Yeah.
And you know, he was like the first one down there like to help.
Yeah. And then he just
and then just brains.
Yeah, but then he pulled down like there was like something
like
there.
Yeah, it was like a sheet.
Yeah, there was a sheet in the way, and he's kind of like he saw the
door like, cause he like the zombie like winched it off the hinges, I guess. And like the door fell, and he was like, dude, like who did that? And I guess he rips down the sheet,
and the homie comes out.
Yeah, and just straight
takes a
immediate attack.
Bite into his brain, into his skull. And that's another thing about this is like they kind of go straight for your brains, right? Are they the ones who started the brains and shit?
I think so.
Maybe like the whole eating brains.
Yeah, because before it was just they eat
everything, lambs and everything, your guts and all that shit.
Yeah, it's like same with Dawn of the Dead, right? They eat everything.
Like, eat your feet and they'll do everything. They don't specifically target your brain.
Yeah, and this one is like specific. They just want the brains. They don't want anything else.
And they want the brains too because it helps with their pain or something.
Yeah, because this is where like the zombies are communicating with people, and they're kind of explaining why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, because they talk.
Yeah,
and I think some of the my favorite parts where they talk were when he says send more cops.
Right? Oh yeah.
And then the funniest part, well, not the funniest part, but the one funny part I remember was when like the cops are getting there and there's like a zombie cop doing like the air traffic control or whatever.
What is it? The traffic controller.
Yeah, kind of like leading the ways, right? And
like when you see cops on like the street trying to direct traffic.
Exactly. He was doing that as soon as like he's at the cemetery where everything's going on, right? So the cops come, they see him, they think he's a cop. He's a zombie in cop clothes and shit.
He's just setting them up.
Yeah, setting them up, and then they all park, and there was like a good amount of them too. It was probably like 5 or 6 squad cars, and they just get straight ambushed.
Yeah, like they just come out of the bushes.
Yeah, like they're waiting. So these things are kind of smart.
Yeah, they're not stupid zombies.
They're not just like they'll plan shit out. They're pretty smart. So yeah.
Like, I mean, and they can I guess they can open doors.
Mm-hmm. And another cool thing, because it's kind of like another. There's okay, you know what? Let me go back to talking about how everything, like how everything hit the fan. They burned the zombie, right? The one that they cut in pieces.
Yeah, Mr. Yellow Zombie.
Mm-hmm. And then he his ashes go into the sky or whatever, right? Like through the chimney or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it was.
So then does it release the chemicals or something?
I think it was. I don't think it was like ashes per se. I think it was just.
Well, not his ashes, but like the smoke.
Yeah, like I think it's just the chemicals.
I think everything
from everything.
Yeah, so they all kind of go up this chimney or whatever, right? And at that very moment, is it coincidence or is it causation?
I think it's causation.
Either is it coincidence
because because you see the smoke going like to the atmosphere, and then like
so far away though, like.
Well, or
Like just
like the clouds and all that, right?
Yeah.
And then you see the lightning. I think it was.
So I don't know if it was. I was thinking in my head, was that coincidence? Because that's some bad luck.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if it caused it, but anyways, like fucking lightning starts striking.
You know, it might be coincidence.
Just perfect timing.
Yeah, because Frank burns himself. Remember?
He burns himself. You said?
Yeah, when.
Oh yeah.
When he's like, dude, I know how to run that. What are those things? The cremation?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's the little thing where you cremate yourself.
Yeah. It's like, I know how to run that, and then like when
he's about to turn. You say?
Yeah. And like he puts his wedding ring on the little switch, and I don't think it rained again, right?
No, I don't think so. At least they didn't really show it like that causing rain.
Yeah.
But I think it was. Did it stop raining at one point?
Yeah.
It did, right? So yeah, let's just say it was just the timing of it, like, which I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, they're just, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, you're not gonna pick it and be like, really, like it's gonna, fuck it. So it started raining and lightning, everything hit. So then the rain,
mixed with like the chemicals in the atmosphere,
right? And then it just starts pouring down, and I guess it's kind of like, it becomes kind of like acid rain, right? On all the homies that are outside.
Yeah, because when they get into the car, they're like, dude, it burns.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What kind of rain burns?
So you could tell that it mixed in with the rain.
Yeah, you can tell it's not just regular rain.
Right. And then because of that, the rain goes down into the dirt, into the soil of the cemetery, and then like all the...
And like hits the bodies.
Yeah. So
and everybody reanimates, comes back to life.
Right. So then we have that story going on. So you're kind of thinking like, okay, it's going to be all these zombies. But then there's also the other conflict is that Freddy and Frank or whatever are starting to turn at that point.
Yeah, they're like real sick.
Yeah, and I didn't see that one coming, like, until they started showing them, and I was like, oh shit, they're gonna end up becoming zombies. But I didn't know that. But that chemical or whatever.
Yeah.
From the very beginning of the movie that they unleashed, and that started everything and knocked them out because they breathed it in. Later on, makes them become zombies, right? It was funny because when the paramedics were like checking their pulse and all that shit.
Yeah, they're like, is the equipment malfunctioning?
Yeah, because they're like, we don't have any pulse. And they're like, you guys are pretty much dead, but you guys are conscious.
Yeah, and then Freddy's like, we're dead?
Yeah. So then
it's like, no, you're not. It just doesn't make sense because, like, your room temperature, there's no pulse. Mm-hmm. You have 0 blood pressure.
Yeah, but you're conscious for
and you're talking, so we don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And as the movie goes on, they're getting, like, worse and worse. Like, you know what I mean? The way
and you could, like,
you could start seeing, like, oh, shit, they're going to turn any second because their eyes get all dark and they're just, like, real pale skin.
Yeah, like, because when they first get hit with the gas, they're just, like, sweaty.
Yeah. But they're pretty much normal. They're interacting normal.
Yeah, they're just, like, they just look like they...
Yeah. Yeah, they just look... You can't even tell.
I mean, you could tell, like, they're, I guess, different than, say, Bert. Right?
When I first noticed was when after they cremated the zombie dude, mm-hmm. He's like, oh, I'm sick. Let me take a seat. Yeah. And that's when I started noticing, like, oh shit. I think that's when they probably really kicked on the look.
Yeah. Maybe because I just knew.
Yeah.
What's happening, and I guess you can see it sooner.
Yeah.
Because when they're like coughing, they're all sweaty, and when they're chopping up the yellow zombie.
See, I didn't notice any of that. The only first time. Yeah, that's right. Probably going back, I'll probably be able to notice the signs, the symptoms and stuff. But I didn't notice till that point when they're like, "Oh, let's take a break."
Yeah, and
he's like, "I'm starting to feel sick," and then I was like, "Oh shit!" And then they obviously get worse and worse. And
But the characters all act, I think, how normal people act. Like, the idea to burn the body was a good idea.
Yeah, that's like makes sense, right? Especially if it's right next door.
Yeah, and it's your homie.
And you got this thing, and you're trying to keep it on the low because you don't want to like it to get out.
Yeah, because I don't know.
They weren't even supposed to have those zombies there.
No, because you're supposed to like report it to the military.
Yeah, but they kept them and shit, so they were trying to keep it on the hush. So the thing would be to not involve the police.
Yeah, and like you chopped up this zombie and he's still alive.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do next?
And you're like, fuck, let's burn him.
Yeah, dude. Like, you have to somehow get rid of this thing.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. That was the smartest decision, I guess.
Yeah, and then like when they were all sick, they were like, oh, like we need to like call the ambulance. Just say they just got like a poison.
Oh, that's right.
And they were like when
Frank and Freddy.
Yeah, and then when the paramedics were like, what did they get poisoned by? Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know. It's like some gas, I guess, or something. Yeah.
He wasn't trying to tell him.
Yeah, and the paramedics was like, dude, you need to tell us because like
your friend's life is at risk. Yeah,
he's like, oh, I'll get I'll look into it or whatever.
I'll make some phone calls or something. Yeah.
So like they were acting, I think how people act.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, just ridiculous where like if like the first thing they went to was burning the bodies. Right? They were trying other things before they had to arrive to burning bodies.
Yeah, they tried to straight just stab them in the head.
Yeah, and they were also trying other, like before getting everybody involved, they were trying to cover it up amongst the three.
Yeah.
Against with Bert, Frank, and Freddy.
Right.
Like they didn't even want to involve Ernie really, because when they first arrived, he was like, "They're rabid weasels."
Oh yeah, he was lying. Huh? He was like, "Yeah, just throw them in there."
Yeah, it's like, dude, I'll just go over there. I'll shoot them. We can't just burn live weasels.
Yeah.
That's like cruel.
Yeah, he was trying.
And he was like, dude, Ernie, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Like,
finally, he had to tell.
Yeah.
Him that. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he was trying to keep it like on the low.
Because I feel like most movies would have been just like they would have went to they went to cremate the body, and I don't think they would even like try to have covered that up. I think they would have just cremated the body right away, like zero questions asked.
Mm-hmm. Which
I think normally, like if I went up to you and I was like, hey bro, I have something I need you to burn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, what is it? Right? You wouldn't just be like, oh, okay, let's burn it.
Yeah, you're gonna ask.
Yeah, because that's a straight weird request.
Yeah, especially like it's like at an odd time, and it's like.
And then you see right it's in bags and they're like moving. Yeah. Like, dude, like what is this?
Yeah, sketch.
So yeah, I like how in this movie they acted. Like how.
I think the decision making was good, yeah. Up until at least those ones, So, eventually, it like shit just gets popping, right? So.
Yeah, pretty much the cemetery's all alive now.
Yeah, after the rain hits and all that, and then freaking Freddy turns, and Frank doesn't yet, but right before he goes in, pretty much burns himself.
Yeah, well. Also the group splits up, right?
The group splits.
Casey and that chick that he's always trying to hook up with.
Mm-hmm.
They run into the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Or facility, whatever.
I would just call it a factory, whatever.
Yeah, but it's not
like
like
works.
Yeah, they run over there.
Yeah.
Spider, Scud. Who else? Spider and Scud, right? They run to the funeral home,
mm-hmm.
right? Or Antina. Because Trash gets kind of left,
yeah,
and then she gets her little fantasy or whatever.
Oh yeah, she gets eaten up.
Because remember she was like talking to Spider about like
how would you want to? Yeah, her fancy's like getting
eaten by men or whatever.
Yeah. So and then mind you, she's like butt ass naked at this time because she was dancing naked and shit over there, right?
Yeah,
in the cemetery. So when she's getting like eaten up, she's pretty much like naked.
Yeah.
She looks fun.
So they go into the funeral home or the mortuary.
Mm-hmm.
So you're having like the group pretty much split up, and then it's back to like two groups again.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Because there was different groups at certain times, and then it would kind of.
I mean, you didn't really follow Casey and that chick that much.
Right.
You followed it
because I forgot about them at one point.
Because when they first go over there,
mm-hmm.
they're getting chased by zombies,
mm-hmm.
and that's when they were actually running, right? Because they were running, like the zombies were running after them, and then they closed the door to the facility. And then they were like, oh, we call the cops or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they went into the office and they're trying to call the cops, and that zombie like shoots through the glass.
Yeah. I like how they would try to board shit up too, huh? Like with random shit.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Just like get wood and just board it up.
Yeah. I remember they got that big ass furniture piece and they tried to put it in front of those like doors, and then like through the windows more were trying to come, and then just trying to board shit up.
Yeah, because these zombies were like just.
And there was a shitload.
Yeah, because like in Dawn of the Dead, they wouldn't like break glass, right? Because they would like look through.
Yeah, I think they
would just like
put their hands on it, kind of push it, but they wouldn't like try to break it. I don't think.
In this one, they're like they're using straight power.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you where there was one little like jump scare that kind of got me is when the paramedics. I think when the dude pulls up and maybe when he turns on the light, I'm not sure, but pretty much there's two paramedic dudes, right? And one of them's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's gonna call
out,
and then the little walkie-talkie.
And then they discover there's a shitload of zombies, and then one of them just comes in and like flying through the passenger side.
Oh yeah.
Jumps in because I thought it was gonna be the other paramedic dude. It was a straight zombie, but he came so sudden. I think it kind of got me a little bit. I was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, there was like a couple of jump scares. Yeah. I think when they're trying to call the cops, Casey and that chick, and the zombie like jumps through the window. I think that's a little jump scare. The paramedic little spot was a jump scare.
Maybe when that dude when he rips down the sheet a little bit, like that. That's just kind of like quick.
Yeah.
That might have got some people. But yeah, dude.
I remember as a kid, I used to be scared of this movie.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning. Because as a kid, I remember the yellow zombie like with his head cut off. And I was like, oh snap, this is a straight scary movie.
How old were you when you first watched this?
I don't know. I was straight young.
Okay.
Like definitely. Well, I mean, obviously elementary school.
Yeah. Because there's always those movies that, I mean, I used to be scared of like the dumbest movies when I was like a little ass kid, like Pee-wee's. I don't know if I said that already.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah. On a couple parts. Just because I was like. Probably like 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah, but I mean,
but I imagine if you're watching this as a kid, you're probably
because I mean it's young. I mean it's straight zombies. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like a family movie that's trying to be scary, right? It's kind of
even though it's not supposed to be scary, really. It's still like, especially if you're young, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you see why I say it's not in the same like vein as Killer Clowns, right? Where Killer Clowns is more funny.
Yeah. It's a different
until
feel.
Like horror, right? This one is more, I guess, scary than fun.
More on like a
horror movie.
Like more on that side, a zombie movie. Like more on Killer Clowns is just kind of like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's funny. This was more like on the. I mean, it's just this one's not that serious. It's not like serious at all, really. But It's more on that side though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what would you compare it to?
This, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like Evil Dead, the first one, but that one's more on the scary side too. The first one,
Yeah.
has some funny stuff in there.
I was thinking Evil Dead 2.
Cause that one's like,
Yeah, more funny.
stepped it up, right, with the funniness.
Yeah.
Um,
But there's like a little line.
Yeah, if you could meet like somewhere in the middle, but because they're not really saying like funny stuff, like, you know what I mean? They're not like saying jokes and stuff like in the state of panic.
Yeah.
Like they're really like panicking and stuff, but it's just not like they have music like, you know, like the rock music and shit. You know what I mean? It's not like.
It's a very different type of zombie movie than what I guess everybody's used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
if you think this is like, just because, you know, it's Return of the Living Dead, this is like way different than like Dawn of the Dead. Or Night of the Living Dead. You know.
It's a totally different direction.
Yeah, this is like a fun. You know, just it is a little bit out there too. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I mean.
But it's not as like you said, it's not as like over the top comedy as Killer Clowns.
Yeah.
So if you want to see like a comedy, it's probably won't be what you're looking for, right?
No.
It's not like a Zombie Land. Like, see, that's more like.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't even. That's why I don't know if you classify this as like zombies, even though I guess they are.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're dead and they're back from the dead, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, but it just doesn't follow any of the rules.
It's not the same, yeah.
It's like a totally different type. They're zombies because it's like chemical. And like if they bite somebody, they don't turn.
I thought they do.
No, because.
No, wasn't it the paramedics' turn? I thought that's how that cop turned. Because I thought he was.
No, because they straight eat the brains, right? The cop his face was all good. I thought that was just a regular zombie that dressed up as.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't sure.
Because Suicide didn't come back to life. The only person that came back to life was Trash.
Oh, that's right.
But she was totally different. Scud didn't come back to life.
But if Trash came back to life, then you know what I mean?
But I think that's because she was just in the chemical.
I mean, I don't know. Because they all got hit by like the chemical at one point. You know?
Yeah, but Suicide would have been.
But they straight ate his whole brains, though. I think this chick, they didn't eat her brains like when they were tearing her up with Trash. They were just kind of like eating like out of her limbs and stuff. Then it cut, so we don't know what happened.
Yeah,
but
we don't actually know like how
the rules work or whatever. But I know they didn't show them like eating her brains out.
Because when the skeleton chick zombie like bites Scud, is that his name, right? Scuzz. Yeah. When they bite his remember she he's like trying to like board up the thing and he gets pulled out and she bites his head.
That's the one that they tie up and stuff. Right?
Yeah. He doesn't turn at all.
Yeah. Oh,
and they leave him in the pretty much the thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. They don't ever like give you the rules anyways, really.
Yeah, I just figured it was because like you see Trash like coming out of like the mud because it was like still raining and like she washes herself off in the rain.
Yeah, so then it's like, well, how much does it take to turn you? Because I mean, some people, I guess it has to be a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Yes, but at least they didn't actually, like, say the rules, so then...
Yeah.
You know, then you're like, oh, well, it didn't make sense here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like whatever you get from it. is, you know.
Yeah, send more paramedics and then send more cops.
Yeah, that was funny, dude. He's like, send more cops. Like the zombie.
Yeah, because that
was a feast for them.
Yeah. Just straight to what is it? Delivery?
Yeah, and then I remember thinking, like, dude, at one point these cops are gonna like come deep as fuck, because even after they after that, all the cruisers or whatever, after that scene with the zombie directing them, they had that another spot where it was all barricaded off, right, and there was a shitload of cops.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, dude, by now you would have had a shitload of cops over there. So then they do bring in like all these cops.
Yeah. So, like, what would really happen?
Yeah. And they were just straight outnumbered. And then you're shooting them. It's not really doing much.
Yeah, because you can't. You have to burn them.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't. Like, guns aren't gonna. Mm-hmm. It's not like this is why the rules don't matter, right? Because
it's kind of how do you kill
shooting them
in
the head doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that worked was, or only thing that does work, right, is burning them.
No, but then there was that other thing, right? That it wasn't like some shit. What was it called? It was like a liquid.
Yeah, it was like acid kind of thing.
Yeah, and that worked, but they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
So that's another way, I guess, to kill them. You just gotta, I guess, you gotta be like creative. Can't just.
But I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it just burnt Freddy's eyes.
Oh, was it on? I thought they used it on somebody else.
No, they throw it when Tina was running away from him in the.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, you're right. So that didn't even work.
They threw it in, and it like just burnt his eyes and he couldn't see.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if they had enough of it, then it would have burned him down, right?
Yeah, but I mean, how do you? You straight get a bathtub and you straight.
But I'm saying there's ways of killing them instead of just burning them. You just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, but realistically,
realistically.
I mean, they did it how they were supposed to, right?
No, I'm saying if they had a large amount, like say they had a tank of that, and you start throwing zombies in there, I think they would disintegrate. If you had like a mass amount, like a large ass tank.
Yeah.
If you start throwing them in there, I think they would. You know how it burned? I think it would start like kind of disintegrating. I think your only methods are just like some extreme.
Well, I mean,
shit, right?
We can talk about the end, right? No happy ending in this movie.
Well, I was getting there. Right before the end, though, I want to say, what about Ernie, right? When he has the chick and it looks like Freddy's coming. I think it was Freddy, and then he's ready to like offer so he could like feed her to him, right?
I just figured he was just gonna get them both out of their misery.
Killed both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was being a sleaze and just like, you know what? I'm gonna just shoot this chick because he kind of looked a little funny. I thought he was gonna shoot her and like feed her to him and somehow try to escape.
Oh, I just figured like it was gonna be, you know, like in The Mist, where he was like, dude, I'm just like, we're not getting out of here.
And he was just gonna blast both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, he's like, dude, we're stuck in the attic.
So he was a good guy, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because I thought he was kind of iffy. But, so then I was like, oh, see, he's going to fucking, sacrifice her or whatever as like his last desperation move to get away. But it could be that he was going to kill them both. Like, he's ready to just, like, Dawn of the Dead Peter style.
Yeah.
When he's in that situation contemplating.
Because, I mean, that's just how, because no way he's going to get out. He has a broken leg, little ankle. And they're stuck in an attic.
Mm-hmm. So right before the ending, so by this point, it's a disaster. Like they lost complete control. The cops are
there's no getting control of the situation.
And then so they're desperate, right? And then who's the one who calls? Is it
Bert.
Bert finally calls the number that's on the
tank.
On the tank where they had the zombies, and it said like, in case of emergency, call this number, right?
Yeah.
But the whole time they didn't want to do that because
they're not supposed to have the tanks.
Yeah. So finally he got so desperate that he's like, let me call it. And then by this point, they're just losing, and they're like, what the hell do we do? And there's like no helping them pretty much.
Yeah, and then I like how the military guy I'm saying in the movie, right? They're so sleazy. Where he was like, oh, and then what happened? Like he's just trying to get notes on like what their weapons were doing. Because he's like, oh, so you burnt him, and then what happened?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and then he was like, oh.
I remember him asking a bunch of questions.
Yeah, he was like, oh, it started to rain. Well, then what happened?
Yeah.
Because he was like, he just wanted to know like
what measures they're gonna have to take.
Well, I don't think like measures, but like just like how much devastation that their weapon does. Because it's a military weapon. Those containers. So it's like a live test.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they were gonna use them, kind of, right?
Yeah.
And like kind of as weapons or whatever.
Yeah. So it was like how like they test nuclear bombs or whatever.
Yeah. See,
so this was like
I didn't put two and two together.
So it's like a live test of like an urban area.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get like the little data for.
Yeah, he was taking out all the info and everything. Yeah, I was wondering. He was asking a bunch of questions.
Yeah, instead of just saying like, all right, we'll take care of it. He's like, oh, then what happened? Oh, and how many came back to life?
Yeah.
So like, it's like, dude, doesn't matter. Just help.
Yeah. So then he tells like his higher up, right?
Yeah.
And he calls him like at his house, right?
Yeah, and he's like, dude, we found our containers. He's like, okay, well.
Yeah. So then just go ahead and go over the ending.
So then they just.
Mind you, who's still alive at this point? Is Joanna Man? What's his name?
Spider.
I remember saying, I was like, where did I know this from? It's like a young Joanna Man.
So Spider.
Is it Tina? And
Ernie. Bert. Is that the two, Casey, and that one? I keep forgetting her name. Was it Casey and the Chuck, right?
I guess. I don't remember.
Chuck was I think the one with the blazer. He didn't have any like the crazy name. He was like the square.
Casey was a chick then?
Yeah, Casey was a chick.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. But I think you.
Yeah, I think I was calling Casey the dude with the blazer.
It's because there's a lot of characters and they don't really say their names a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not very, very like character. It's not like a character-driven movie.
Yeah, because
it's it's an atmosphere movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like just a.
See what happens.
A disaster movie. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like the main character is the disaster.
Yeah. So we still have like a handful still alive. There's like a handful dead. So they.
Yeah, and
so then they.
Also, this is like they're in a town, so there's people. There's like houses. It's
nearby houses.
Yeah, it's a populated town. It's not just in the middle of nowhere.
By then, I'm sure these zombies are all over the place, right?
Yeah. And then they call
the military. And I think they're like.
They called that black dude in he's like in a tank or something.
Yeah, that's right.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, sir."
Aaron kept saying, "Sir." Yeah. He's like taking these orders. So they're giving him these orders.
And like he asked for like the code.
Yeah, because it's kind of like you have to authorize this type.
Of
attack.
So there's no happy ending in this movie
whatsoever. Spoiler alert right here. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
They just straight firebomb the city.
Yeah, they just like nuke. Like, do they nuke that shit?
Yeah, it's like a nuke / like firebomb thing.
And the dude, what was funny was that the guy who they called at the house, where they woke him up from his bed. Like, I don't know, he's got to be like some type of like high-ranking general or something.
Yeah,
he's all like nonchalant, like kind of like okay.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, they all kind of are. The whole military, like, when all those phone calls went down, they were kind of like...
This was...
Like, we know what we got to do type of thing. Like, they didn't warn them or get
There's
out
no,
of there.
Like, contemplation of, like, should we do it?
Yeah.
Like, can we somehow get away with it?
Is there another alternative? Nah, they just like, okay, we already know what we're going to do. They get straight to it. And they fucking straight, like, drop a nuke on where they're at.
Yeah,
and in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, with the Louisville Slugger that knocked
Oh yeah, that was a funny scene. That's on our. I posted it on the podcast Instagram too, at HellFire Club Podcast. You'll see that on there. That was another one of my favorite parts. Because I remember right before that he said something about knocking his block off.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock his block off.
Yeah, and then that reminded me of Killer Clowns.
Yeah.
And then I was telling Amber too that I was like, I remember thinking that was kind of like a new thing, like a new kind of phrase or slang or whatever, right?
Knock his block off?
Yeah, and like saying like, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that back in like, that's 2 80s movies now that they said that, and I was kind of like, what? Like, people were saying that back then? And it meant the same thing?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, he says something about knocking his block off, and then the zombie, what's his name? He has a name, right?
It's like Tar... he doesn't have I don't think he has like a legit name.
I've seen people post about him, that's why.
Yeah, it's like...
he's known, right?
Yeah.
He's known. He's always saying
Tarman.
Yeah. So he comes out, they know he's in there, they open the door. Well, Spider opens the door, right?
Yeah.
And then it's
Spider and Casey and...
It's Bert, right? Who knocks his block off?
Bert does.
Bert, yeah.
Yeah, so, but like a Spider, and then there's I think Casey, or not Casey.
One of the chicks. Tina?
No. The dude, the Blazer. What's the dude's name now?
Chuck or something?
Chuck, and then Casey behind. Because I was laughing when Bert knocked the head off.
And didn't know it like hit.
It hit like Casey like in her side.
Yeah.
I was straight laughing.
Dude, that was so funny. Because they open the door and he comes out like brains, right? And then this dude just cocks back with the bat and just straight like does a home run with his head, and it just comes smooth off.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. But yeah, so anyway, that was we just rewinded a little bit.
Yeah. Just because like Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Louisville Slugger.
So they ended up dropping
that nuke.
That nuke straight wiped out the city, straight wiped everybody out, straight no happy ending.
Yeah, and I think did they? I'm not sure if I'm mixing this up with Return of the Living Dead 2. Did they talk about like the casualties?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I remember that. So, yeah, dude, that was funny though. Yeah, so I mean, problem solved, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's what you would have to do.
That's what I was saying. Like, acid. I think the acid thing would have been like not realistic. I think the ending of this is like, that's, I guess, that's what you'd have to like. What other way can you? Because you have to burn these zombies.
Yeah, the fire thing clearly works.
Yeah, and so like what can you do? And you have so many of them.
Yeah,
they're in a town.
Point, and they're just spreading. They're getting like more and more. Well, it feels like they're spreading, right? Or,
yeah.
At least they're showing more and more. I think like more.
They're like
more
leaving.
Coming out.
Yeah, they're leaving like that area. I guess they're leaving the cemetery.
Yeah, they're expanding. Because at first you see like a good group, and then you start seeing like more, and now there's like a shitload like swarming the cops. I think just slowly they're just all coming out of their graves to the point where you just got like thousands.
Yeah.
And then so you just nuke them all, problem solved, and you got to take some innocent lives, right? So, but all in all, though, dude, it was pretty cool. I mean, I knew this probably was gonna be good, like for the most part, you know.
I mean, everybody talks about it.
Yeah, so you hear a lot of good things, and you're like, okay. The only thing was that I thought it was gonna be more like in the city. Like it was kind of like limited, I guess, to like the locations. It was just it all took place like at that cemetery thing, and then the facility. Or whatever. I thought it was just gonna. I was expecting more of like a chaos in the city, and they were gonna leave this location, try staying over here, but they couldn't leave. You know, they were kind of trapped there. But I thought they were gonna bounce around from different parts of the city.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I know. Budget.
That's just what I was thinking it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like something like that, and they're just gonna fight zombies throughout the whole time, and then be like, oh, we're stuck here, now we gotta move over here, and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like if somebody never heard of this movie,
that's probably what you would have. Yeah. Like a.
But I don't know if you'd be. Would you be disappointed?
See, I wouldn't say. I don't think I was disappointed. I just think that's kind of what I was.
No, I'm saying like if somebody had no idea what this movie was, right?
And they just watched.
They went to the movies. They're like, oh, Return of the Living Dead.
They might be disappointed
because it's not a horror movie.
It's not like a, like before that you're thinking Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking, because I think that's what my girl thought. I think she was gonna think it was like a legit zombie movie, and then when she saw like how it was kind of,
different.
Yeah. So then she's like, "What the hell? This is dumb." And she hates everything, right? Especially anything from the '80s. Like, she thinks it all looks corny and it's cheesy and it's all stupid. So right away she saw like, I don't know what scene it was. Oh, it was the, you know what it was? It was the arm moving around by itself and it grabs the dude's leg. And she looks up, she's like, what the hell? This is stupid.
I thought it was going to be the half dog barking.
Oh, I don't even know if she saw that. I don't think she saw that.
Because they were hitting with the bat and it was like,
yeah, if she would have saw that, she would have said the same thing.
But I mean, I like the little touches that they put. And then they have like the little butterflies, the pin butterflies on the board. And they were like, their wings were kind of flapping.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, like there's a lot of like hidden details in this movie that they did good with. Same with like when the tied up zombie.
The one that's like half
zombie? That was explaining. You know how like they cut. They pretty much cut her spine.
Oh yeah, and she was kind of talking.
Yeah, but you can see like the spinal fluid kind of leaking out.
Yeah. I just remembered something. That's what I was gonna tell you. That I thought was pretty it was pretty funny, and because there's like real people like this, right? So remember, back when they're outside with the paramedic truck, or whatever. And then there's that zombie that's like missing like limbs or like halfway, and he's like running after them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, what the fuck? Like, that should look crazy though. But then you know how there's really people like that, so I'm sure they got one of those. Like, if you're missing like from your knee down or like your elbows down.
I don't know if this is. I thought it was a little person.
No, I don't think so. I think it was somebody who kind of was missing their limbs or whatever, because they're running kind of funny at them. Yeah. But I just thought that it was cool that they threw that in there, like, Cause, I mean, if you're dead, maybe that's how you died, like, something tragic and you lost your limbs, but you're back now, and now you're like missing your limbs, but you're still coming after them.
Yeah, and that thing was fast.
It was really fast.
It wasn't like a.
Yeah, no, it wasn't just
like
it wasn't struggling like
crawling or something.
They had experience. Like, so I just thought about that when you're talking about that zombie title, like the half zombie.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like little details in this movie that I don't think other movies go through. Like, I think most movies, they would have had that half zombie, it would have just been a half zombie. They wouldn't have like the fluid coming out of it or anything. When they were in the factory or warehouse, having just that half dog come back to life. Yeah. So then you're like, oh snap, things are coming back to life. Yeah.
And then you
have the butterflies flapping their wings.
And then the half dog also establishes like, you're not supposed to take this movie that serious. You know what I mean? And then the other dude, but all in all, because I wasn't thinking about that. Because then you start thinking, okay, that gas thing is bringing everything that's dead back to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then what was I was gonna? How they're like partying in the street, the cemetery. And I like how they give, I guess, like not backstory, but like a back character to like Trash, where when she was straight stripping and getting naked, they're like, oh, she's getting naked again. Yeah. Like bring the lights or whatever.
Yeah. So they kind of let you know that this is kind of her personality. Yeah. It's kind of how she is.
They also do that with the stair. With the stairs.
Oh.
Because when they first go down into the basement, what's his name? Frank? Yeah. Tells Freddy. Watch out for that. Yeah, with the third stair. Yeah. And then And then when Tina was running up the stairs,
running away from the zombie,
from Tarman, she straight falls through that
on
one.
that third stair. I was talking to myself out loud. I was like, oh, it's because of that third stair. And obviously, my girl didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But I was like, oh, damn, like. I remember earlier they had said, watch out for that third stair. She ate shit and fell all the way through.
Yeah, which I mean makes it. There's like thought, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, she just for some reason that stair just broke.
Yeah.
Because I think most movies it would have just
broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody's walking down it, and then for some reason when she goes up, it breaks when the worst timing possible.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was funny, man. That was good. You want to get into scores?
Yeah, we could. And my also bias score.
I mean, because once in a while, you guys are gonna get these biased ass scores from us. Like if it's something we watched from our childhood or something that we just always liked throughout the years. So just be ready for those.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this one I'm hardcore biased with.
Yeah. So then, you want me to go first then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 80. I'm gonna give it an 80. I thought it was cool. It wasn't as like fun for me as watching Killer Clowns. I don't know why. I just really liked that one. I don't know what I gave that one. I think I gave that one like a 90 or something. So it wasn't as fun as that. And I think the only other thing I would like to see different is more locations. I think more like the city or something. But those were like probably the only things. Like it wasn't as, but it was still good though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I'll give it a solid 80. It was like I would run this back. Later on. It's another one that's worth watching again. So there's a lot of stuff I liked. Like I said earlier. So the dude getting his head knocked off. That zombie, the dude missing the lens, the other zombie that comes in the car, and then the characters were cool. I like how Freddy was kind of like the main character at one point, and you're kind of rooting for him, and then he ends up
being a bad guy.
Yeah, so he kind of goes through all the stages throughout the movie. So,
and also I like the beginning where that's like how a new job kind of is.
Yeah.
Where like Freddy's trying to be all like serious.
Yeah.
He's
trying to
understand, and then straight you have Frank kind of making jokes, just being straight weird, and then Freddy's like, should I, like, is he trying to be serious or what? Because when they were talking about the dead people, underneath, he's like, ha, I don't know, they're down there.
I was like, no, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, no way type thing. Yeah.
So it was like a true, like, first time at the job.
Yeah.
Orientation. It wasn't like, oh, I've been here forever.
And then they had like their dilemma, and then they went about it a way that, kind of, the whole reason how it started is, cheesy or whatever. Like, kind of. It all pretty much stemmed from the dude smacking the barrel, right?
Yeah.
That in itself was kind of like, whatever, but everything after that was kind of like the rational decisions with the cards you were dealt,
Yeah.
And I liked how the cops kept coming, and then
there was actually cops.
Yeah, and the cops were really trying to fight these things, like they came in numbers, the cops and everything. And then and I like that the zombies, I mean, they didn't talk like a whole lot, and they weren't having conversations or nothing, but they were able to have
half one kind of had a conversation.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're not talking like me and you. They're slow with their words. There's not like, and they kind of talk like caveman style,
Yeah.
But I like how they...
But they had a personality.
Yeah, because I was going to say I like how they were grabbing the little walkie-talkie, whatever, asking for more cops, And,
yeah. Well, the first one did more paramedics.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny. I thought that was cool. And then also when the cops showed up and the dude, I think, now that we think about it, he had to put on some like cop clothes or something. Because the cops, I think, did get it they got pretty much demolished.
Yeah, because they got straight.
They got rushed, right? And I thought that was kind of cool too. That scene when they're shooting at them and they kind of get rushed, and one of them actually gets like tackled. Yeah. Dude, did you see that? Like he had to have gotten like tackles for real,
like a legit tackle.
Yeah, like a football style tackle where they're like a stuntman. Like, all right, you're gonna have to take this hit, and like the first zombie that got to him like straight cracked him, and he like got sacked.
And they kind of acted like cops, right?
Yeah.
Like they were kind of like
hey,
walking
like,
slow.
Didn't they tell him like stay right there, or I don't know what? Yeah, they were kind of warning them.
Yeah, they're like,
and they got
blow your brains out or something like that. But like when they first pull up on the paramedics, they're like, they're like assessing this like situation.
Yeah. Kinda.
And then they see the paramedic down, and he's like, "Oh, we like one's down over here," and he runs to him, and then he sees like the straight brain just leaking.
Yeah. So I like that about it.
And they actually pulled out their guns and tried to shoot. They didn't just.
Yeah, they actually
just die.
Yeah, they kind of put their training, I guess, into
effect.
But obviously they weren't trained for this situation.
No, because the bullets are not going to do anything.
And plus, it's, who the hell would have thought about these zombies?
And it's the 80s. They have like the little revolvers.
Yeah.
And way more zombies than bullets.
And for a movie like this, with the tone that it had, I'm okay with the ending. Like I'm cool with that, because it's such
Yeah.
So I'm okay with the ending that nobody lived and they just straight nuked everybody. Like not even just our main characters, but the whole town. And that's it. Like it's over the end. Like it's kind of what would happen. Right?
Yeah, that's that's what I guess would have to happen, right?
Yeah. So and I didn't see that coming. Like. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a predictable ending.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with it. Like, I'm cool with it, I mean, I could see some people saying, like, what the hell? They just... That's
killed
it.
everybody?
Like, that they nuked, and that's it. Like, moves over. But I'm kind of like... but for me, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... That's kind of my...
Because the movie wasn't about the... It wasn't really about
they didn't try
resolving
to
it.
And they didn't try to make you fall in love with one character that you really wanted to see live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure, they knew obviously everybody's gonna die, so they didn't focus too much on one character that was gonna save the day, or
Because all the characters,
they're all kind of just scrambling around. Everybody's just kind of like.
Yeah, I was gonna say they had flaws, but it's really like. Just Bert pretty much had flaws. Like he was a dude. Like, dude, I can't lose my business, man.
Yeah.
He's the one just trying to figure out any way around actually having to deal with the situation.
Yeah. So then,
but ahead. I mean, it was. I guess it was smart on Bert's part, right? Because even if he called them, they'd probably just nuke the city anyways.
Yeah. So that was kind of his last resort.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll call that number. Last resort, because up until then he was thinking about his business. I guess like any business owner would. But shit just got too out of hand. Yeah, you know what? I'm calling the 1-800 like the emergency number. Fuck it now. So what's like your
my score?
Your score and your what are your overall take?
I give it a 90. I straight love this movie.
Yeah, you do. Huh?
Yeah. It's like one of my favorite like zombie movies. See, just because it's so different. I like the music, the straight rock, punk rock in it.
So it felt real 80s too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all the characters straight suicide. I think it's a costume. This is the way of life.
Actually, that was funny when he said that.
And then like Trash is all like grinding on him.
Wasn't he even talking about his feelings before that? Like, what about me or something?
Yeah, he's super emotional.
Didn't he talk about like his struggles or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
And like Trash is all grinding on him, and he's like, "Dude, have some respect for the dead."
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
And then just like that whole group, they acted like friends. Like he was like, "Oh, let's go drive around." It's like, "Dude, you got gas money?"
Yeah.
Like, dude, I can't be just driving around.
Yeah, I remember that too, and we've been in those situations, back then. And all you're doing is like trying to find something to do. You're just like I've been there where you're even waiting for like one of your friends to get off. So you're like, all right, now we could all get together. Now we could head out.
Like chill.
And then you're like, dude's pre-gaming, dude's drinking. What's his name? Spider, and then they're all kind of.
And then when Freddy,
they're just trying to get into some shit, and then it kind of fits their scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's their scene.
And when they're like, "Oh, Freddy got a job," and just, "Oh, what an asshole."
Yeah, yeah, because he's like going legit. He has
Yeah.
like an actual job. Dude, remember when there's this dude on Instagram that wins customs figures. He was selling these. Remember when I showed you?
Yeah, the tar man in the
thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, now that
you've seen it,
now I'm giving that appreciation.
Like,
Like,
oh,
that was cool. That was a cool design. That would have been a cool keychain. You should have got it though, because you love this movie with me.
yeah.
And then also too, like, now I'm like, oh, Tarman, like I've seen that before. You know what I mean? Now you know from where. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those. Same shit. Like when I saw Killer Clowns, I was like, oh, I've seen these clowns. Now you know from where or whatever.
Yeah.
So this one's like I guess like a must. Like it's for any horror fan, right?
Yeah, like I mean, if you just like horror.
That's why I'm getting into all these must-watch ones that I haven't seen, and I like doing it, watching them for the first time, and then coming back on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like Return of the Living Dead 2 and 3, even though I know they're bad movies.
Are they bad?
Yeah, they're bad movies.
Uh-huh.
I just like how different the movies are.
So
like
how many of these did they make? Do you know?
3.
3?
3 is way different than 2 and 1.
And obviously it's a new cast, right? Because they all got worked out. Is it supposed to be?
But I don't know if I want to tell you.
No,
in 2. There's returning people.
Oh really? Are they like from the dead?
No.
Oh, they're back? They're just like in the movie again?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're like totally different characters.
So, but it is a sequel then, right? Because I was gonna ask, is it just like they after they nuked it in part 2? Is it like they just scrapped that whole thing and then just do like a new story? Or is it like in sync with the first one? Like it's supposed to be post.
Yeah, it's post.
Number 1.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh,
because I think they talk about it.
Okay.
That's why.
Who's back? Just tell me who's back.
Freddie and Frank.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! No way. How? I guess.
Yeah. It's.
That's funny though. That kind of makes me want to watch it.
Yeah, because I mean, they're like a likable.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the likable cast in that movie. But because I think this, like, why I was asking if they talked about the death toll.
No, I don't think they did.
Because I think maybe in 2 they talked about it. So they reference.
Oh, how many died?
Yeah, in Kentucky.
Okay. I see. So
but and every time I go by like housing developments, I always think of Return of the Living Dead 2.
Is that kind of?
Yeah,
you see a lot of that in that.
I think it's like I think it's like in the beginning there's like housing developments, like they're moving into like a new suburb.
Okay. Did they do a remake of this movie by any chance?
I don't think so.
No.
I hope not.
Okay. I thought they did. They have a. Oh, I don't think it's a remake, but I don't know if this is in sync with all these. I should be. 2005, Return of the Living Dead: Rave to the Grave.
Oh, yeah, I see. I've seen that.
Yeah.
That was like.
It says it's part of the same series though. Well, I don't know.
I'm trying.
It's gotta be.
I've seen like bits and pieces of that. That one's like they're at like literally at a rave.
Really?
Yeah, and like zombies are at a rave.
That's all right. Yeah, so I give this one like an 80 for its genre, you know.
Yeah.
For that kind of. Like when I say it's genre, like I kind of lower the standard a little bit.
Yeah,
you know
I mean it's yeah.
Because
it's not.
It's not gonna, you know.
Blade Runner.
Like
or
to me, if I had to put it up against Dawn of the Dead, I would say Dawn of the Dead is a better movie. I know you don't want to hear that because you're like biased. Well, but for me, Dawn of the Dead was more like that's the one that growing up was scary as fuck to me because I didn't even want to watch it when I was a kid because you know my sister and them. So to me that was like whoa, like Dawn of the Dead, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I rated that one pretty high. because of that, I remember like growing up, it was kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I rated that one high, but they're both good in their own.
Yeah, I kind of want to pick like Return.
Bro, just pick it,
do
bro.
2 and 3s.
Oh, I thought you meant like if it comes down against Dawn of the Dead.
No. I'm saying like as a pick for when it's my turn.
Okay, maybe, but
because
I'm kind of saving sequels. Like,
yeah,
I'm not really.
But the thing is, these sequels I know are not.
Yeah.
Are not.
There's like one of those good bad films that we talk about, right? Like Sleepaway Camp. Would you say it's kind of like that as far as a good bad film?
No, because I think it's
probably
like,
worse.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like legitimately probably a bad film.
What would you compare?
I just don't know why I like it so much.
Sometimes we just like
bad films.
Hey, bro, Nightmare on Elm Street remake is the shit, bro.
But before I don't, I can't see that one. Bro.
I'm just saying sometimes we know that they're bad,
but I mean, at least this one has like some personality.
I don't know, but I'm just saying like By the way, I like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I know everybody hates it, but it's just sometimes you just like those bad films. I don't know, something about it.
Yeah, but Return of the Living, I think most people would put Return of the Living Dead 2 and 3 probably above
the Nightmare remake.
Yeah,
I don't know
because bro, I
haven't seen them, so
because Return of the Living Dead 2 and 3, at least there's like a personality with it.
Yeah. Let me see.
It's not like
I'm curious. I'm curious to see.
Studio made.
Let me just check this. I'm curious to see how much. Okay, so part 2 came out in 1988, which is kind of not too much later. And then 3.
Probably 90s.
93. So that's what, 5 years after that. So they weren't too far apart.
But 3 is way.
It's way different
and way weird.
Is 2 more along the same lines as number 1, kind of?
Yeah.
But just like they obviously didn't do as good of a job.
Yeah.
But yeah, because even looking at this, kind of like the poster or whatever for 3 is looks looks different.
You see just like one chick.
Yeah, the artwork looks different. See, the artwork for the second still kind of, But yeah, I mean, I just. Oh shit! I'm already kind of.
Reading it or what?
Yeah, I was looking at some of the cast and I saw that other dude is even back in it, right? I think the dude who got bit by the half zombie.
Oh yeah, Scuzz is in it.
Yeah. I just saw his face right now in the cast. I'll stay away from that. But yeah, I'm just like right now. I haven't been picking sequels or anything, so I don't know. What do you want to do with that?
Yeah. Well, no, it's your pick this time, right?
Yeah. And I might take us on a different turn. Like I might go down a different lane for this one. So I might just like mix it up. I'm not sure though.
To what?
There's one I'm thinking of. I don't know if I should mention it on here. Should I?
Yeah.
Well, we usually do, right?
Yeah.
I gotta make sure you haven't seen it too. I don't think you have.
So like in case like if somebody actually hasn't seen it and wants to watch it
and wants to
before they hear.
Yeah.
With the audience or what?
Right. I was thinking about going and picking High Tension. Have you seen High Tension? Have you even heard of High Tension? It's foreign. It's foreign, but it's not. It doesn't feel super foreign. Because it's.
I don't think I've seen High Tension.
No, and a lot of people haven't. The only reason I know about this movie is because my sister had, I think she had this movie, and she watched it. Because I asked her for like a recommendation. She told me about this one, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, and I don't know if it was just my age, but overall I thought it was pretty good. It's not like a masterpiece or anything, but it's pretty good, and it's I think it's French, but this is like a serious movie. It's not. That's what I'm thinking about. I might just throw like a.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like 2005 or something like that. 2000. I'm not sure. But yeah, so it's like a total like pretty much slasher, but it's good suspense. That's.
What you hear?
Yeah. Well, I've seen it already.
Oh.
So, but you haven't, so I kind of want to see, and I haven't seen it kind of like in a while. So I think I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay.
If you're up for it.
Yeah.
unless you want to stick to the 80s like horror kind of fun movies or something.
Do whatever, bro.
And then I don't know, cause weren't you kind of flirting with like a foreign, like if we do foreign week and wasn't there a Japanese movie you were gonna pick?
Oh, I want to do an Audition.
Yeah, that one, cause I don't remember that at all. I think you had rented it or something, right?
Yeah.
When you rented like Itchy the Killer and all that?
Yeah. No, I didn't. I don't think I rented Itchy.
You bought that one.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Audition?
I think you were with me when I rented Audition.
Yeah.
No,
I don't remember any of that though. Was it like fucking up when I touched it?
Yeah. Fool.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
If you want to do like foreign week or something.
Yeah, because I remember going to Hollywood Video and having to get that mess on straight VHS.
Yeah, those were kind of the days though, huh?
And I think they only had like one copy of Audition.
Didn't you have to kind of hunt it down?
Yeah.
You did, right?
Yeah, like I was like looking for it for a while.
You didn't just walk in,
no.
right? You already had like...
Yeah.
You were going there for that movie.
Yeah.
You weren't just browsing and came across it, right? Okay, yeah, see, if you do, I don't know anything about that movie or anything.
I mean, I remember it being slow, but like...
Is it subtitles though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember it being slow, but... dude, that chick is straight crazy, fool.
Yeah, just leave it. Just tell me that.
Straight nuts.
Yeah. Would you want to do one of that for possibly your pick?
Yeah, I'd probably do that next.
You want to just call it like we're going over
overseas right now?
Yeah.
For these two episodes.
So next week could just be like foreign horror films.
Yeah.
We do something like that. But yeah, like I said, this one, I think it's voiceover over the French, if I remember.
Do they have subtitles?
No, I think they're speaking English, but I think it might be voiceover or whatever. There's some parts with subtitles when they're speaking French, like.
Are they naturally? Is it supposed to be in French, or is it supposed to be in English, but they speak French sometimes?
Yeah, I guess.
So
I want to say the whole film was shot in French, but they kind of did it like when they released it over here. I think they redid it like the audio like in English.
Yeah,
and then
I don't like that though.
Nah.
No.
But
I'd probably rather watch
subtitles?
it with French and in subtitles.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. But you know, it's not that bad. There's not like a whole lot of complicated dialogue. That's why too. So you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No,
it's
whenever it comes to stuff like that, I always watch it in like the original language.
I want to say that though. I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know if they just speak some English and some French, but I want to say that it's like English voiceover.
It's because the voiceover never matches up with the acting
or with the mouth or something too. No, but
like have you seen like American movies like voiceovered in like Spanish or something?
Yeah. Or you know, I was watching too on El Rey, a lot of those kung fu movies.
Yeah, and it's but like I think I saw Ace Ventura. Like Spanish. I think I bought the VHS Ace Ventura and it was in Spanish.
Ah, bro, that's.
And I was watching it and I was like, oh, dude, I can't deal with this.
See, I kind of prefer that over subtitles. I feel like with subtitles, I'm reading too much. I'm looking at kind of the bottom of the screen instead of like what's going on. I kind of feel like.
Or like even like if I watch like I used to watch like Initial D, like I have like the anime or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it has the English voiceover, and I tried watching it that way, and it just doesn't work, and I have to go to the original Japanese with subtitles.
Yeah, but from what I remember, though, I know for sure it doesn't even have like a whole lot of dialogue like once shit gets popping, and I don't remember it being like usually. It feels really bad. I think I'd remember it. So I don't think it's that bad. But I mean, it probably would have been cool if they, it's actually spoken English.
Yeah.
But I mean, and then too, the movie's not like a masterpiece, anyways. So I mean, it's just kind of one of those. It's like a slasher. It's kind of berserk, kind of gory and stuff. So it's kind of. I was thinking about that one because I was like, oh, it might be a good watch. See what you think about it.
Yeah.
For like, we'll just call it foreign horror week.
That foreign week.
Yeah, we'll put it on Instagram. We're going overseas this week. But yeah, so I'll just make that my pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so.
Because like in October, I definitely want to do Pet Sematary 2.
Okay. Man.
Just because.
Go ahead.
How. I think you'd like Pet Sematary 2 more than
the first one.
Which is, I guess, weird, right? Usually
the original's the best.
Yeah.
But you kind of know my preferences and stuff, so you might be able to call it. If I.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like Pet Sematary 2 more than 1.
It's kind of rare when that happens, huh?
Yeah, I think the characters are much more relatable.
Yeah. Or like we might not even have to wait that long. We could start doing like a sequel week.
Yeah, but I think Pet Sematary 2 is like legit.
You gotta wait for
October when like 30 Days of Halloween. That might be like one of on my list.
On your list. And so what's up? Are we gonna start working on this intro too?
Oh yeah, we're gonna
put together a little intro for you guys.
Yeah, try to do that.
And we
Hopefully.
might start giving video instead of just audio, right?
Yeah.
That might be coming soon too.
Yeah, we're trying to expand.
We're trying to work over here. So for right now though, we're putting out like 2 a week. We're pumping these out. These are supposed to come out Thursdays and Sundays. So this one will be out.
Yeah, and every once in a while we might give you like a bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus little
episode, or we might just sneak in another movie in there if we're like pretty open on schedule.
Yeah, or like we see something.
Mm-hmm.
Like how I think last night we kind of were watching a little bit of Predator 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Predator 2. Oh man, I don't even. We gotta cut it before I get into that. But yeah, we were watching some Predator 2 while you were.
But all right, that was a long final fight, huh?
Yeah, it was, and it was kind of cool. I kind of, but the only thing that I got pissed was like, okay, this final showdown that they were going at it for a while, and then just to end like that, like,
dude, Danny Glover,
he
proved himself, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That was, but yeah, we were watching that.
But I told you, I was like, dude, I think you're like, dude, I think you text me or something saying, man, this was a straight long fight. I was like, hey, bro, this is how it would like
strap up.
Yeah, where it hadn't even started.
Yeah. I was like, dude, these dudes are over here. Like, come on, how's he over here? He would have been dead by now. You're like, oh, well, get ready because there's more.
Yeah. It's not a little quick.
Yeah.
It's like a straight boss fight in like a video game.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, it's over, and then dude, he has for some reason has another life.
Yeah.
he has another transformation.
He respawns and.
But yeah, we'll probably if something like that happens, like we'll do probably a bonus episode or something.
Yeah, or maybe even if something comes out in theaters that we're looking forward to.
Yeah, we haven't seen It Comes at Night.
No, we haven't. We were supposed to see that, but I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, it's probably out of theaters already, huh?
I don't know. I haven't checked on it. I might just wait for that to come out or something. It'll probably come out like in a month or 2.
Yeah.
So I might as well just wait.
I want to see Spider-Man: Homecoming. I mean, I know it's not horror.
Yeah.
But I want to see.
I'm always down for those movies.
I want to see straight Marvel finally get Spider-Man back.
Yeah, that's cool. See how they do with that.
And so, I like the actor.
I'm always up for that.
Compared to how it was before.
The last dude was Andrew Garfield or something?
Yeah. Wasn't very nerdy.
Yeah. And you're one of those dudes that are like, when it comes to comic book movies, since you know a lot, I've never read none of those comics, right? So for me, I'm not as invested, I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So for you, if they nail it, it's gonna count. It's gonna hold more weight than for me. Like, you know.
Yeah. Did you?
I saw the last one. What's his name? I saw the one with Jamie Foxx.
Did you like that one?
The Electro. It was
whatever.
Yeah. To me, like, they're all kind of the same. They're kind of it didn't do a whole lot. I wasn't as amped for those as there was for the Tobey Maguire ones, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I haven't seen like the first and second one. I think I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing the Spider-Man game, bro. Straight loved that game.
I think my cousin had that. He used to play it at his house.
Straight the one I think
That was old. That was a long time ago. Though.
I forgot who it was. The one with Doc Ock. Straight. I think THQ made it. They're coming up with another Spider-Man game.
Are they?
Yeah, but I think THQ. And usually, like, straight when I play video games, I don't really finish a lot of them. Especially when I was like a kid. Like, you know, you just had so many things to do. Not really like important things to do. Like I would, you know.
But it's easy to get distracted.
Yeah, like I would go to your house, play 007.
Yeah.
You know. There was never like real single player game finishing going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but with that game, I remember sitting in my room, just straight hooked.
Straight Diablo 2 status, or what?
Yeah. And I remember going like doing all the side missions, just swinging from New York City.
That's one where you're like swinging like this, right? And you just like the webs are going straight to the sky. Right?
No, this one.
You have to catch the buildings.
Yeah, this one's catching buildings.
I remember there's one where you just.
No, because there's like a complaint with that one.
Okay, that's
I didn't
the one
play that
playing.
one.
That's the one that I remember playing.
No, this one was like the legit good one. Where like it was just straight swinging, like you can like whip through buildings and catch little momentum. Maybe I'm just remembering it way better than probably how it is.
You sound hyped right now.
But it was legit when I played it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well, when does that even come out? Is that July?
July 7th or something.
Okay. All right.
I want to say July 7th.
So like in a week.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that wraps this up. Return of the Living Dead.
Another episode.
And this is gonna come on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Which is gonna be July the 2nd.
Yeah.
July 2nd, and then next week we're gonna just go foreign. Fuck it, just switch it up. Switch it to different gear.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
if you haven't watched Return of the Living Dead, watch it.
Yeah, go watch it, and
it's a must watch for horror fans, I think.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I mean, I was lagging on this one. So, for sure. See you guys next week.